If this is the E3 show, moved to July, maybe modified, maybe adjusted, maybe less people on camera, maybe just trailer after trailer. I don't care if it's the games, baby. If it's the E3 games that we missed, that we lost out on, and they're happening now, this is gonna be our moment. A brand new, what we've been waiting for. Hallelujah, it's finally happening. Nintendo Direct on July 20th. I can't even say it. It's been over 300 days, and the hype and the hope, you know it's stressful. You know it's so bad to get excited and then be let down, but it's supposed to be a general direct. It's supposed to be a general direct, and we're talking all about it. What's going on? If this is the big one, it's rumored to be the E3 presentation. Now those games move to July, and there's steam building. I know it's dangerous, guys, to get excited for this stuff. I know we've been burned so many times. My shirt is literally fading away into flames. It's bright orange with fire because we've been burned. So we gotta be cautious, but everything's adding up. Good sources, slow build, multiple people saying the same exact date, and websites starting to pick it up. There's momentum. There's momentum, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and you either get burned or you get super excited. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button if you're ready for a direct. We're all ready. Everybody should be hitting the like button like 6 times. It's been almost a year. Almost a year. Let me know in the comments down below the one game you want to see at this direct. If it happens, the one trailer you need to say, oh, Nintendo, you do still love us. And it's all adding up at the right time. So while it's a rumor, we have to be careful. I like the sound of this. And make sure to subscribe, because if this happens, you want to be the first to know when it's confirmed. And at the same time, you want to be the first to know when it is proven fake, if it is, because, oh my gosh, you know how stressful this is, right? Every single time we get our hopes up and they're crashed. So turn the notification bell on so you know. I'll let you know as soon as we hear official word. But right now, here's what's happening. Basically, Kelios had this thought, or this post, or this tweet, rather, that there would be a July Direct. And Kelios has some clout because they correctly predicted the March mini Direct that was kind of out of nowhere. Remember, it was a third-party showcase. It wasn't a general Direct, but it did get us really excited for some new Switch stuff. They correctly predicted that. And now they're back, indicating that July 20th is the day of their predicted Direct. And Nate Drake, who I really like over on Reset Era, he's a very trusted leaker over on that forum, has also indicated that July 20th is the day. Can I hold my breath for 12 days? I don't know how many more times I can do this. How many more times can we do this? Nate Drake, don't let me down. Kelios, don't let me down. The thought is that Nintendo is waiting for Paper Mario and the Origami King to launch before they have their next presentation, before they have their next reveal. Because as you all know, the big part of this supposed show is going to be the Mario 35th Anniversary remasters. And you can't steal Sunshine from Paper Mario and the Origami King if you're about to go ahead and announce Sunshine a few days later. You got to make sure it's tight-lipped. You got to make sure nobody knows, and you got to give all the focus to Paper Mario, because that's a bold game. It's going open world. They're trying some new things. They want to revitalize a franchise that has sort of been down in the dumps over the years. Used to be beloved. Is it going to be back? I'm hopeful. But the thought is that Nintendo uses July 20th, which is such a weird day because it's a Monday. I'm sure some of you already looked at your calendar and were like, Monday? Nintendo does directs late in the week, and they announce them a few days in advance. So how does a Monday work? Well, the logic between Kelios and Nate Drake and the word on the street is that they will launch Paper Mario on Friday, July 17th, announce the Direct, and then have the show on Monday, July 20th. Now, a weekend booked announcement and show, I don't know about that. And it has me thinking perhaps this is a mini Direct because they aren't able to get in the studio and put together a fully fleshed out presentation. But I do firmly believe if this presentation happens, it's the big one. We're talking Mario 3D remasters. We're talking Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. We haven't seen that game for a year, my friends. I think Pikmin 3's on the table, Mario 3D World, and some surprises. Because if these are the games from June, look, they had that show in mind. They knew what they were going to put together. They had big games forming. And if we believe Furukawa, who says, hey, we don't have to delay anything right now, we're okay even given the pandemic, then those games are cooking. They need to be announced. They need to be shown. Shareholders demand it. Consumers, gamers demand it. And those games still exist. They didn't evaporate. So Mario, Zelda, the usual suspects, and maybe some fun surprises. That's what I think is here. I think this is the big show from June into July. I just wonder about the format, if maybe it will be a mini direct because they don't have Doug Bowser up on stage like they did last E3, and instead they just reel together a bunch of trailers or pre-recorded segments. That's fine. As long as I get the goods. If you don't want to call it a general direct because it betrays the spirit of a general direct and people there and the way you put it together, fine, Nintendo, just give me the dang games. It's been so long. Now, this falls into a really narrow window where you have Paper Mario launching, you've got the Xbox First Party Games event on July 23rd, you squeeze in on the 20th, that makes sense. Because we know Sony and Microsoft are announcing some of the biggest, most insane, impressive, awesome games like Miles Morales, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Halo Infinite, Fable sounds like it's right around the corner, and Nintendo's like, Paper Mario, which is great. And I think that Nintendo, no matter what, you can count on this. They will announce new stuff. There is no way they don't announce anything. So even if this turns out to be totally wrong and inaccurate, a misrepresentation of passed along knowledge, and there's no direct, you will get announcements. Maybe they're on Twitter, maybe they're on YouTube, I don't quite know. But you will get announcements. That's the good news here, everybody. Nintendo has to announce stuff. Paper Mario is the last straw. They gave themselves a very short cycle with that. The game's about to come out, and we know nothing else. There's not even that much third party on the horizon at this point, which is what we've been saying for a while. Oh, they got BioShock. Oh, they got Catherine. Don't worry. Now it's like, Siberia. Snow is coming in a couple months, and we don't know what we're playing. The word on the street also is that the Mario 35th Anniversary remasters are going to be the November title, which just makes sense. I don't know if something else was initially going to take that slot, or if Mario all along was going to hold down the fort this holiday. But if that's the case, I think the most fun announcements are the ones we don't know about. The mid-tier titles, right? The things that will fill the September, the October gaps. Breath of the Wild 2. If Mario remasters November, Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a spring 2021 game. And it really seems like that's the case. They'll utilize the 4-year anniversary of Breath of the Wild 1 to launch Breath of the Wild 2 and wow us all with a great start to 2021. So what do they fill in with September, October? A Mario Sports title? A Splatoon spin-off? I'd love to say Mario Kart 9, but I just don't think that's happening this year, unfortunately. And we know Metroid Prime 4 is nowhere near completion. Don't even hope for it. But a 2D Metroid could fill the space. A Metroid Prime Trilogy could be released. Or maybe a totally new IP that we don't know about that surprises us and wins our hearts. We got Pokemon Snap this fall, the Mario 35th Anniversary Masters. What else you got? And this show is exciting because Pokemon's out the way. Third-party stuff at the UB Forward and the Bandai Namco event and the Devolver Digital, like that's all out the way. This could be a Nintendo-centric showcase. In fact, it could be all Nintendo. They could say, you know what? We're sorry, we've been saving stuff. It's been rough, but we put this together for you. And we hope we don't have to delay anything because we want you to have great games so that you don't spend your money on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X and instead buy Nintendo stuff. How will they roll out Mario 35th? We can predict all that stuff as we get closer and as this gets more confirmed. But I went from about a 30% chance when Kelios first said July Direct to I think now a 70% chance that this materializes. I know Nintendo has said no directs, but they actually didn't say no directs. They said we'd consider evolving the format. Nintendo is always saying stuff like that. They're always playing both sides of the coin. So don't count out directs just yet. It is their preferred method. It is the one that they trademarked, and it's the one their fans love. I'm sure they are very eager to get on track. E3 was supposed to happen in June. They had nothing. They had a Paper Mario reveal, and that's it. Some Pokemon presentations that weren't even headed up by Nintendo, and that's it. I bet they are antsy to get back in the public eye, and July 20th might be their moment. I think the day could be off. Maybe it's the week of July 20th, but it's odd that both Kelios and Nate Drake are harping on this Monday date, which doesn't add up. But maybe it really is just a weird world. Plans have gone crazy. It's going to be exciting. 2020 has been a mess. But if a direct that was supposed to be in June comes out in July, and we get the lineup from June in July, and they deliver with an awesome star-studded first-party fan fest of fun for Nintendo Switch to complement the already incredible Animal Crossing, the updates that come out for that, the Pokemon Snap that's announced, and more. Holy cow. I cannot wait to see what they show. I just don't know if I should let my emotions fully go. I gotta stay guarded. We've been burned. I wear the flames of our 300 days of burning. I hope this is it. I hope that Kelios and Nate Drake and everybody else is right and that there is a show and that Nintendo does deliver. But even if there isn't, like I said, We know we're getting announcements. We know Nintendo will show up and say something. So you can hold on to that. And then, if you feel like it, maybe start thinking about taking a day off on Monday, July 20th. Maybe start blocking off your calendar. Maybe get excited a little bit. Maybe get crazy a little bit. But don't get too crazy because we know how this goes. Could this be the time? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Smash that like button if you need this to be true. If you want this direct to be true like me, oh my gosh. It would be so glorious. I would flip. I would literally do a flip. I can't backflip. I'm not flexible, but I would flip. It's got my heart jumping out of my chest. I want to jump out of my chair. Like, this is great. I need this. You need this. We need this. Nintendo needs this. I hope July 20th is right. Fingers crossed. I'll keep you covered as soon as I hear more. So make sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy out there. I love you all so very much. I appreciate your support so much. Members, special shout out for being the biggest fans and the best supporters of SwitchForce. I love you guys. This will be a moment. We'll just have to wait and see. Until then, though, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again. SwitchForce out.